goes to 1. And in late drama, Montego Bay United and Harborview played to a 3-3 draw. Here's a lovely ball played through. Martin won't get to it though before Watkins. Harborview actually led 3-1 with 9 minutes of regular time to go. They conceded a goal in the 81st. And then they conceded a goal in time added on, 90+1. Here's Lennox Russell, and it's a fantastic strike, and it's the opening goal. It was speculated at first, but the execution was pinpoint accurate, and goalkeeper Watkins beaten for the first time on the night. So the visitors, they take the lead in unfamiliar territory. So Arnett Gardens take the lead, and a goal coming in the 25th minute, and it came off the right boot of Lennox Russell. He was given the space. I don't think the Tivoli Gardens defenders thought that it would have taken a shot from that distance, but he did, and he scored. So Tivoli Gardens, they'll have to come from at least a goal down at home. And I did say Lennox Russell has gone out of the game a little bit since the first 10 minutes where he was really involved. But you don't get much more involved than that. It was such a superb strike. It was really hit. Here's Jamar Martin. Tivoli Gardens now will definitely have to press a little bit higher, exert much more pressure on Arnett Gardens. And already you're seeing it. The ball played over the top. Nicholas Martin turns, won't get to it before Ezra Simpson. By the way, Tivoli Gardens, they're operating with a new coach, Philip Williams. There's a man in the technical area tonight with Omar Edwards, who has been here for the past maybe 2 or 3 seasons, taking up a job in the Turks and Caicos Islands, along with Aaron Lawrence, who was a part of the 98 Reggae Boys World Cup squad. It's a good turn, dispossessed. Here's Fabian Reed, rolls it off now to Lennox Russell, was trying to tee up Reed, and then goes through the back of his marker and gives up a free kick. So Aaron Lawrence is on that trip as well. They will take charge of the youth teams there in the Turks and Caicos. And Andrew Edwards, who was a former national under-17 coach, has taken up the job as a technical director. Here's a lovely pass. Will we see the first card of the game? No, we won't see the first card of the game, but that was a pretty cynical challenge there. And Jabor Johnson was maybe lucky not to have had his name taken by referee Kevin Marson. There's Johnson all the way back. And possession given away again by Tivoli Gardens. Here's Jabor Johnson. Will go for the long pass downfield. Barrington Price gets to it before Nicholas Martin. Now, here is Jamil Hardware. Martin didn't go for the run, but here's Russell, the goal scorer. Here's a lovely pass across field to Fabian Reed, who looks up and goes for the shot, but it was lacking the kind of precision that Lennox Russell showed just moments ago. But the game has certainly opened up a little bit more since that goal from Lennox Russell. Goalkeeper Watkins just taking his time here. Beaten in minute 25. Here's Russell again. Has one to contend with. Trying to go by Barrington Price, who's a pretty sturdy defender, Barrington Price. Captain of the Tivoli Gardens team. Throwing to Arnett Gardens. Taken short. Lennox Russell back to Neil. Neil gets by one, gets by a second. Here's Neil inside the box. Tees it up and a chance. It's two. Poor defending from Tivoli Gardens. Perfect execution for Fabian Reed. And Arnett Gardens haven't got the opening goal. They've added a second. And it has put a bitter taste in the mouths of the home supporters here. Because Tivoli Gardens, they've found themselves now down 2 goals. It wasn't necessarily tantalizing play. Neil was lucky to have gotten by 2 Tivoli Gardens defenders. But give him credit, when he got into the box, he held his head up and picked out a pass. And Fabian Reed, who is almost always on the goal sheet for Arnett Gardens, is on it yet again. And the Tivoli Gardens supporters will feel a little bit hard done, because the initial throw, they actually felt that it should have gone the way of Tivoli Gardens. Here's Williamson. Here's Johnson, who has not had the kind of impact that he's used to. Here's Trevon Reed. Tries to go by another. Luckily, comes to a Tivoli Gardens player. Here's Williamson, who gets this one off the crossbar. It was very close. I felt that goalkeeper Damian Hyde saw it late. Well, that's the closest Tivoli Gardens have come to getting a goal on the night. And it was again from a speculative shot. Here they are once more. Here's Williamson. Now to Simpson, whose first touch is not the best. Then to Campbell, back to Simpson. And he get this one into the box. Can't do so. He has won his team a corner kick though. So in the space of 5 or 6 minutes, we've seen 2 goals from Arnett Gardens. And the ball coming back off the crossbar for Tivoli Gardens. And the supporters, they're sensing something here. Number of Tivoli Gardens players in the box. They're making a nuisance of themselves. Here's a lovely pass inside, headed out by Jamil Hardware. Headed further out by Jabor Johnson. Here's Lennox Russell. That was a beautiful touch. And Fabian Reed again plays it. Russell trying to get to the end of it. Watkinson gets it and puts it somewhere in the region of the downtown market. May have pinged off a car in the parking lot just behind us. Here is Neil to take the throw-in, whose good work led to that second goal. Here's Oldham, back to Neil. And I just think this is where Tivoli Gardens has struggled. As an appeal for a handled ball. Here's Zelarna Barnes inside into the mid-ref of goalkeeper Watkins. I think Tivoli Gardens, in their defensive third, they've allowed Arnett Gardens too much space, too much time on the ball. And just now you saw it again from Neil. The Tivoli Gardens, it seems as if the instruction from coach Philip Williams is to press Arnett Gardens in the middle of the park. They're not pressing the back 3 of Arnett Gardens. And when Arnett Gardens have possession in their defensive third, the Tivoli Gardens defenders, they're backing off. Arnett Gardens won't mind, because 3 points here will do them a world of good. Here's Jamar Martin. This one played back. Here's Hugh Evans. And now it's with Andre Moulton. Hugh Evans again trying to get by Zelarna Barnes. There's a whistle on the play because Hugh Evans was impeded. Here's Barrington Price. And Tevin Shaw now has almost gone into that central defensive role just beside Barrington Price and Ezra Simpson. So it seems as if Tivoli Gardens, they've gone with 3 at the bat now, with Shaw coming back to play a central defensive role. Here's Stephen Shaw. Now to Williamson. Arnett Gardens doing well to press the ball. Here's Shaw again. Now to you Evans, who has found himself a little bit higher up the pitch. And a ball inside the area laid off. And it was chance there for Andre Moulton to get to the end of it. Here now is Nicholas Martin. And then the ball is put outside. And it's a disruption now in the feed because the ball almost took out the very good friend Brandon, and he's all right. We've checked him and he's okay. He's given a thumbs up. So the camera is good, Brandon is good, and I'm good as well. And Arnett Gardens, they're 2 goals to the good. So unless you're a Tivoli Gardens supporter, you're pretty good on the night. There's a stoppage because it's to be Tevin Scott, who's been given some treatment off camera. He's in the half of the Arnett Gardens team. Here's Neil now to take the throw in. Has 1 assist for the night already. Here's Nicholas Martin trying to get to the end of it. Possession given away again by Andre Moulton. Here he is once more. Has found himself in a defensive area, trying to break out Trayvon Reed, who has now gone to the right-hand side. Here's Trayvon Reed. Inside now to Williamson. Now to Jermaine Johnson, who gives up possession. And Tevin Scott, needless to say, is back on the park and back in the action. Here's Tevin Scott. Good turn. Here now is Jamil Hardware. Now to Fabian Reed. Now to the man who scored the opening goal, Lennox Russell. Is trying to get by you Evans. And the throw-in goes the way of Arnett Gardens. Jamil Hardware was calling for it though. Neil to take the throw-in once more. Hardware comes short for it. Neil gets inside, goes by 1. Neil drives towards the goal! It was very close. It's Lamar Reed, or Neil, sorry. It was from a similar position where Lennox Russell scored. But this one just a little bit off. That goalkeeper Watkins scrambling to his right. Here's Price. So it looks as if Colorado Murray has gone over to the left-hand side. Andre Moulton has also come a little bit deeper. Trayvon Reed has gone to the right-hand side. I did speak about a right foot on the left-hand side, Trayvon Reed. And to be fair, both wingers haven't really put much balls inside the box from the wings. So here's Neil once more. Arnett Gardens is almost like training ground stuff just now. Here's Jabor Johnson has ventured into the Arnett Gardens, the Tivoli Gardens half. Here's a lovely pass. You Evans gets to it before Lennox Russell. And now Moulton with possession. And Jamar Martin and Tivoli Gardens, they're guilty of being wasteful with possession. And all but one person now, with the exception of Jermaine Johnson, Tivoli Gardens, they have their entire team in their own half. There's Fabian Reed throwing here for Arnett Gardens. As you can see, really a nice crowd here. Tivoli Gardens, Edward Siaga Sports Complex. And I tell you what, if Brandon should pan around, he could show you a couple of persons perched on the top of some buildings here. I think they have the best view. I actually asked if I could do commentary from that point. Brandon said no. So we're here. Here's Neil, gives the possession again. Here's Hugh Evans. And he's driving forward, Hugh Evans. And I tell you what, Hugh Evans maybe 2 seasons ago wouldn't have needed an invitation to go forward, and he would have gone forward with much more pace. And I think, my memory serves me right, he picked up a pretty awful injury while playing for Harbourview and was out of the game for a little bit, just coming back now. As we're into the last 5 minutes of this first half. Jermaine Johnson standing over this free kick. He can't hit them, Jermaine Johnson. We've already seen one hitting the crossbar from Williamson. It wasn't from a free kick. Here's Jermaine Johnson. A 3-man wall set up by Arnett Gardens goalkeeper Damien Hyatt. The supporter sensing something. Here's Johnson. It was close, but not close enough. He got it around the wall, but goalkeeper Damien Hyatt was pretty swift across. There's Jermaine Johnson, former national player. Played in England as well. There's a throw-in going the way of Arnett Gardens. And Colorado Murray wasn't too pleased. And there's a hold up now because I'll tell you what. Here's a throw-in after a little bit. Here's Nicholas Martin on the best of controls. Here's Jamil Hardware trying to play in Martin, but it's closed down. Here now is Williamson. It's Raymond Williamson over the Campbell. And a throw in for Tivoli Gardens. Arnett Gardens now will just want to see out the remaining minutes of this first half. Going to the break with a 2-goal advantage. Again, we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world watching on Island Sports Network. There's a hold up in play here. Tivoli Gardens will get things underway. The resumption of play. There's a ball. That one was poor. That one went well over the crossbar. So again, it's about Tivoli Gardens not really making use of their opportunity, not making use of their time on the ball. Arnett Gardens really made use of their opportunity. They made Tivoli Gardens pay on not one, but 2 occasions. And this one headed out by Ramon McGregor. It's back inside. Here's Jamil Hardware. Love the ball through to Fabian Reed. And he won't get to it before Simpson, who does well and did even better to keep it in. Here's Jamil Hardware. It turned and was trying to lay it off to Zelarna Barnes. The idea was good. And then again, possession given up. And Fabian Reed who is really just thinking about his options. Here's Delano Barnes. Plays it back to Jamar Martin. Now to Jabor Johnson. He's gone back to McGregor. And Tivoli Gardens, they're so slow in closing the ball down. And if you look at them just now, there isn't really a lot of intention of trying to close down the Arnett Gardens players. Possession given away. Now to Neal, to Nicholas Martin, to Russell. Russell has Barrington Price to contend with. Back to Delano Barnes is calling for it. Neal goes solo, gets by 2, lays it off. It's still Neal. Now it's Hardware, and it's blocked. There's still a chance, and it's 3. Nicholas Martin, he's been trying all night. Finally gets one to go by goalkeeper Watkins. So Arnett Gardens, there are 3 goals to the good. We're yet to complete 45 minutes. It was very good build-up attacking play. It started with Neal, who went by 2 players, got inside, laid it off to Jamil Hardware, and his shot was blocked by goalkeeper Watkins. And having not pushed it further away from goal, his defenders just could not close down the loose ball quick enough before Martin got his right boot to it. So Tivoli Gardens have it all to do. Here's Jamil Hardware. Tell you what, tempers can go in this contest. Not saying that they will, but Hardware has stayed down. 2 minutes added though. And just in case you're just joining us and you're a Tivoli Gardens supporter, it's not an error. It is Arnett Gardens who are leading by 3-0. We're still in the first half. There were 2 added minutes to the 45, and we've got a minute and a half out of that. Well, you won't get the full 2 minutes because referee Kevin Morrison has brought an end to the first half. So Arnett Gardens, with goals from Lennox Russell, Nicholas Martin also got on the score sheet. But those goals were in between a fantastic goal from Fabian Reed into the halftime break, leading by 3-0 over Tivoli Gardens. We're gonna take a little break from our commentary here, as we'll head to the dressing room and have a word or 2. And again, Arnett Gardens 3, Tivoli Gardens 0 at the end of the first 45 minutes.
Being a cake and nuts.